When you crawl out from underneath the covers every morning and you sit on the edge of the bed, you have a choice before you.
We're wired differently. We have to set a goal that if we hit that goal, we're guaranteed to make sure all that other stuff in the middle is going to happen. Why 3 o'clock in the morning? Why don't you sleep? My appetite. My appetite. I say, E.T., I want more. I can do more. If I accomplish this without a father, if I accomplish this with my mom being a teenage mom, if I accomplish this as a high school dropout, if I can accomplish these things from this start, now that I'm at this place, knowing what I know now, what can I accomplish? And I want you to think about that. I want you to think about more than just what you're going to do financially, more than what you're going to do in this industry in the next 3 years, right? More than that. What's your appetite? What are you going to do that will ensure that when the alarm clock goes off, that you're already up 10, 20 minutes before your alarm clock goes up? Why?
Do the work. Do the fucking work.
You've heard me say it before. No alarm clock needed. My passion wakes me up. Listen to me. No alarm clock needed. I can. I will.
Sometimes the only way to go about doing the work is get fucking raw and get fucking intense. Get angry and aggressive and make it fucking happen for yourself. You start today. I don't care when your life clock started ticking. You can start fucking right now today. If it's 4:15 a.m. in my world, and you're on the East Coast and it's 6:15 a.m. and you're already up and you're already dragging ass, by 6:16, you can change your fucking perspective of the world and of your life. My advice, fucking do it. Do it. Fucking do it. Dig fucking deep and get it done. Do the work of your life.
No alarm. I haven't used an alarm clock in over 20 years. What is it? Internally, Eric, I want to be successful. I want to execute. I want to make all my dreams become a reality. I want to do everything I said I'm going to do. So my appetite increases. It gets stronger every year. I want more every year. I want to do more every year. I want to help more every year. I want to be bolder. I want to be better. I want to be stronger every single year. Every single year, your appetite should go up. You should never get settled. You should never get settled. You should never get content. Every single year. When you get content, when you settle, somebody's chasing you, somebody's coming from behind, and somebody's trying to take your spot. And so every single day when you wake up, you gotta set new goals, new benchmarks. You gotta raise it higher and higher and higher so you can make your dreams become a reality. A true hunter, watch me. A true hunter is wired differently. He's wired differently. Doesn't have the same makeup. Listen to me, what makes a gazelle is how he's wired. What makes a lion a lion? Okay, let me explain to you. When a lion sees a gazelle and the gazelle sees the lion, both beasts see each other at the exact same time. When the gazelle sees the lion because of how he's wired, he automatically, fear takes over. When the lion sees the gazelle, he lights up. It's showtime. The hunt is on. This is what I was made for.
Do the work. Do the fucking work.
Live an extraordinary life. Don't settle for an ordinary life. It's easy to be ordinary. Anybody can do that. Find your magnificent obsession. Whatever it is, and let nothing or no one tell you that you can't do it. Tell them to sit back and watch me. Just sit back and watch me do it. Find your obsession. Go after that. I could care less what anybody else says. And don't let anything stop you. You get it. It was my destiny to be king, to be the best. It was in me. I was king. Well, nobody could lift more weight than me. I ruled my domain. Doctors told me before my last competition, if you go out there, you could die trying to lift that much weight. I was faced with death, and I chose gladly. I was happy. It made me, I looked at my doctor like he was crazy. You think I'm not gonna compete after all the work? This is what I live for. I am obsessed with this. So if it costs my life, if I die in the pursuit of my obsession, my magnificent obsession, then so be it. Today, in front of the largest crowd I ever performed in front of, if I die in pursuit of my magnificent obsession, so be it. Good. I'm glad I went out doing what I love. But today is the last day. Today, I will show you my birthright. I will show you that I am still alive and that I am still king. I'm still the king.
I can't fight for you. I put on my shoes, I put on my clothes like everyone in here. I have good days, I have bad days.
And go on and then go on. And this last 2 or 3 or 4 repetitions, that's what makes actually the muscle then grow. And that divides then one from a champion and one from not being a champion. If you can go through this pain barrier, you make it to be a champion. If you can't go through, forget it. And that's where most people lack, is on this having the guts to go in and just say, I go through and I don't care what happens. You know, it aches, and if I fall down, I have no fear of fainting in a gym, because I know it could happen. I threw up many times while I was working out, but it doesn't matter, because it's all worth it.
Because they want to become legends. It was written in the history books for all of us to be here today.
But if you want to begin to move into your own personal greatness, if you want to begin to really enjoy a happy, successful, healthy life, you've got to be willing to go against the tide. You've got to be willing to harness your will and say, in spite of this, I'm in control here.
You don't truly appreciate relaxation unless you've worked hard. And that is the yin and the yang of life. I think what you should try to do is try to earn comfort. And if you can get a day off where you've worked hard and you've accomplished goals, that day off will be so sweet.
I think you have to feel quite compelled to do it and have a fairly high pain threshold. The actual path is going to be some sort of zigzaggy thing in that direction. And try not to deviate too far from the path that you want to be on, but you're going to have to do that to some degree.
That difficulty is an opportunity to get stronger, to develop character, to gain new confidence. Anybody can give up. Anybody can let it overwhelm you. But you know what that's doing? Wasting your pain. That pain is not there to stop you. It's there to prepare you, to increase you, to develop you. What we do in our times of pain. Pain will change us. Heartache, loss, disappointment, not defeated, giving up on your dreams, or you can come out with a new passion, a new fire, excited about the new opportunities in front of you. All of us experience pain. My challenge, don't just go through it, grow through it. Get through it, but you will be different. Now, how the pain changes you is up to you.
4 o'clock in the morning, I wake up. 4:30, 4:45, I'm doing some sort of cardio. Open these garage doors. It's still dark outside. I do this and then I'll have breakfast and then I will go do all my strength and conditioning training at a gym for about an hour. And then I'll go to set.
We all average probably about 5 hours of sleep.
It's 4:45 a.m. It's still dark outside. Look at that. The lights just went out, and I'm getting ready to kill this AM cardio. You can't even see me, but it's going to be so good. It's bad. Focus!
If you do anything, you never want to do anything half-assed, especially when it comes to your training. Get in, be intense, execute on it, and then get out. For a lot of guys out there, and I was certainly one of those guys, in my 20s, I thought I had all the answers, didn't know shit. By the way, in my 30s, I'm still trying to find myself, as a lot of guys are out there. Hopefully when you hit your 40s, you're hitting a nice stride. If I'm gonna do it, I need to do this job right. I need to stay focused on it. I need to give the best effort I possibly can.
We live down here in South Florida. It's hurricane season. Focus! But when it's time to go to the gym, we got to get to the gym. And there ain't no stopping us.
It's like I'm gonna be the baddest motherfucker walking it.
All right, empty gym, the way we like it. It's Sunday, just finished my warm-up. This pain ought to be fun. Focus!
I work out twice before everyone wakes up.
All right, workout number 2. I'm out working all my competition. All right, Saturday afternoon, empty gym, the way we like it. It's leg day, which means it's gonna be sweaty, painful, and fun. Focus!
The question isn't, can you handle the situation? The question is, can you handle your mind? Can you manage the thoughts and the emotions that are trying to poison your progress? Forget managing the situation. Manage your mind.
Don't matter whose fault it is that something is broken, if it's your responsibility to fix it. It's not somebody's fault if their father was an abusive alcoholic, but it's for damn sure their responsibility to figure out how they're going to deal with those traumas and try to make a life out of it. It's not your fault if your partner cheated and ruined your marriage, but it is for damn sure your responsibility to figure out how to take that pain and how to overcome that and build a happy life for yourself. Fault and responsibility do not go together. It sucks, but they don't. When something is somebody's fault, we want them to suffer. We want them punished. We want them to pay. We want it to be their responsibility to fix it, but that's not how it works, especially when it's your heart. Your heart, your life, your happiness is your responsibility and your responsibility alone.
Fear is not real. The only place that fear can exist is in our thoughts of the future. product of our imagination, causing us to fear things that do not at present and may not ever exist.
As long as we're pointing the finger and stuck in whose fault something is, we're jammed and trapped into victim mode. When you're in victim mode, you are stuck in suffering. The road to power is in taking responsibility. Your heart, your life, your happiness is your responsibility and your responsibility alone.
A big challenge or big pressure is like a fire. It's like a raging fire. Either you can allow this fire to consume you and just take you over completely, or you can gain control of this fire and harness it. I try to get my emotions under control and use this adrenaline to my advantage.
Will you fold? Will you give in? Will you rise above it all and unleash your visions and ideas and gifts on the world?
All you can do is all you can do. So you gotta prepare to win. The first few plays are critical. You gotta hit him hard and show him who's boss. So see, somebody's gonna quit, you or him. And you gotta look for every weakness. See, when he starts sweating hard, you know you got him on the run, hit him hard, knock him out, we chalk him up. Hit him hard, knock him out, and we chalk him up. If he starts bleeding, you know you about got him. Hit him hard, knock him out, and we chalk him up. All you can do is everything. That's the absolute ultimate. Right? There ain't nothing more than all you can do. That is the absolute maximum. You can't do no more than all you can do. You understand that?
Anytime that you give your best effort, that you give everything that you possibly can give, there is satisfaction in knowing that I did my absolute best. I did all I could do.
When I was in high school, I early on, about 16 years old, I decided I want to become president of the United States. Because I thought, how can I contribute the most to society? And I went to a seminar by a man named Jim Rohn. He's still a seminar speaker. And I took a week's pay. I was working $40 a week as a janitor. And it was $35 for the evening seminar. So it was a big decision. And I listened to him speak, and I came out so inspired, because most of what he said I already believed. And now as an authority figure saying, you really can be this way.
Why pay the price? Why work this hard? Why go this far? Why try to learn this much? Why try to do it all? Why try to see it all? Why try to have it all? Why do it? Why learn it? Why study? Why put yourself out? Why try to take on this much responsibility? Why develop yourself to the full? Why try to become all that you can possibly become? Why try to earn as much as you can earn, share as much as you can share, develop every skill you possibly can, see every human you possibly can, go to every class you possibly can, touch everybody you possibly can? Why do that much? Why go that far? Why share that much? Why give that much away? Why try to see everything? Why try to do everything? Why try to become everything? That's a good question, why? And you're the only one personally that can answer that question for yourself. You've got to have your own list of why. Work on your list of whys. If the why is powerful, the how is easy.
If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it, if all that you dream and scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it, and if you gladly sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it, and lose all your terror of the opposition for it, and if you simply go after that thing that you want with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold poverty, famish, or gulf, sickness or pain of body and brain can keep you away from the thing that you want, if dogged and grim you besiege and beset it, with the help of God, you'll get it.
But if the why isn't strong, if your goals aren't powerful, if the vision isn't clear, the old prophet said, without a vision we die, without a vision we perish, without a dream we're nothing.
And because he spoke how people live their lives as a result of the story they believe about themselves, he interrupted the story that I believed about myself.
Work on your list of why.
Make no small plans, for they have no magic to stir men's blood. Make large plans, for they do have magic to stir men's blood.
Impossible is not a fact, it's an opinion. It's your opinion, and they'll say, no, science shows. And I say, yeah, and how many times has science showed something's impossible? Now science shows it's possible. Things are impossible till somebody does it. Divorce the story of your limitation and marry the truth of your unlimited capacity, then the whole game changes.
Success is born out of luck. It's awareness of mind that takes advantage of that opportunity. You will all be confronted with opportunity. You must take advantage of it. Because if you don't take advantage of your opportunity, you'll never realize your dreams. Whether you want them or not is the irrelevance. You don't know that until you achieve it.
But most people have strategies available, or they could get them, or you could create them. But the problem is you got a story. And your story is why it isn't working. And the story is, I've tried everything. If you tried everything, you'd be fit. If you tried everything, you'd be profitable. If you tried everything, you'd be there. But people say it.
I was born into a council estate. Getting a job at the Hotel St. George was my passport to escape the world that I was born into, to start a new world. Do I have what it takes? I said to myself, yes. So I started pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. It's about self-belief at whatever cost.
You can do more than this. If I had to walk, I had to walk. It just became just a process of grinding and grinding, and grinding is not even a good word for it. It's not even a good word for it. And just going further and further. And then when I got through running, I go to the bike, I go to the pool. If I got tired somewhere, my legs are tired, I go to the gym. And I developed this crazy workout where I was doing volume.
Things don't happen overnight. You have to make the emotional and the personal investment to make your dreams come true. You never throw in the towel. And if I threw in the towel, pick it up. Never give in. Never, ever, ever give in. And when you're young, it's very easy to give in, to walk away. It really is. So whatever you want to do in your life, don't overwork it, don't overthink it, and you'll realize your dream. Trust me.
Roll the dice. If you're gonna try, go all the way. Otherwise, don't even start. If you're gonna try, go all the way. This could mean losing girlfriends, wives, relatives, jobs, and maybe your mind. Go all the way. Could mean not eating for 3 or 4 days. It could mean freezing on a park bench. It could mean jail. It could mean derision. It could mean mockery, isolation. Isolation is a gift. All the others are a test of your endurance, of how much you really want to do it. And you'll do it, despite rejection and the worst odds. And it will be better than anything else you can imagine. If you're going to try, go all the way. There's no other feeling like that. You'll be alone with the gods, and the nights will flame with fire. Do it, do it, do it. All the way, all the way. You will ride life. It's perfect laughter. It's the only good fight there is.
Pick up your damn suffering and bear it. And try to be a good person so you don't make it worse. Well, that's a truth.
Pain or damage don't end the world, or despair, or fucking beatings. The world ends when you're dead. Until then, you got more punishment in store. Stand it like a man and give some back.
God, there's reasons to be resentful about your existence. Everyone you know is going to die. You know, you too. And there's going to be a fair bit of pain along the way, and lots of it's going to be unfair. It's like, yeah, no wonder you're resentful. It's like, act it out and see what happens. You make everything you're complaining about infinitely worse. There's this idea that hell is a bottomless pit, and that's because no matter how bad it is, some stupid son of a bitch like you could figure out a way to make it a lot worse. So you think, well, what do you do about that? Well, you accept it.
I did not feel that pain. I did not care if I was bleeding on my knees, because I know that pain is temporary, but the film is permanent. And I explained that to the director, so this is why I try to tell you, always discover your vision, and the rest will follow. Never ever think small. If you're going to accomplish anything, you have to think big. You have to go and shoot for the stars. The biggest challenge most people have is because they think small. And the reason why people think small and why they choose small little goals is because they're afraid to fail. They know that if you shoot for a big goal, then the chances of failing are very high. And they're afraid of failing. It's one of the most common things why people are frozen and why they can't make a move in life, because they're scared of failing. I say to myself, hey, I'm not worried about failing, because that's part of life. You're not going to go and win everything. And how far can you fall? Look at this. This is the ground. That's as far as I can fall. And you know something? That the only time you really consider the failure is if you fall and you don't get up. But if you get up, you never consider the failure. So I never considered myself a failure. I always considered myself a winner, even though I fell every so often. But I always got up and I always moved forward. This is the important thing. I never had any patience, of course, for thinking small, because in German we have a saying, wenn schon, denn schon. And that means that if you do something, then go all out and do it well. And this was not just the case in bodybuilding. I didn't just want to be a bodybuilding champion. I wanted to be the greatest bodybuilder of all times. I wanted to have the most muscle, the most muscle of all times, the most definition. I wanted to win the most trophies, the most world championship titles. I just wanted to be the best. And the same is also in movies. I didn't just think about being in movies. No, I wanted to be a movie star. I wanted to have above the title billing. I wanted to become the highest paid entertainer. I basically wanted to be another John Wayne. What's wrong with that?
And I was taught commitment is staying true to what you said you would do long after the mood that you said it in has left. Because we say things when the mood is right? But when the environment and the mood changes, we back off of it.
How can I work hard for something and my performance is not based upon the outcome? How can I work and my effort and my motivation and my drive is not based upon what the product will be, but more so based upon me taking pride in what I do? And so I came up with this thing called process over product, and I firmly believe the process saved my life. And what I mean by the process, I'm talking about the way I handle my business on a daily basis and the way I go about every single aspect of my life. I live by this thing called empty the bucket. And when people hear it, they think it's a cute slogan, empty the bucket. But what they don't understand, it's an unspoken law. Empty the bucket, it's an unspoken law of accountability and responsibility to me on this earth and my existence and everybody that is connected to me. I may be crazy, but I don't know. I just believe that I'm supposed to give everybody that is connected to me the best version of me. I just believe I deserve to give my wife and my children the best version of me. I just believe the people that I'm of service to on this earth, I deserve to give them the best version of me. I may be crazy, I don't know, but I just believe my 5-year-old son and my 6-year-old daughter, they deserve the best version of me. I may be crazy, I don't know, but I just believe my wife that I've been with ever since we were in the 5th grade, she deserves the best version of me. I may be crazy, I don't know, but my 3 little sisters, I just believe they deserve the best version of their big brother. I may be crazy, I don't know, but the people I'm of service to on this face of this planet, they deserve the best version of me, and I'm not going to give them any less. I live by this thing called the harder you work, the harder it is to surrender. You see, the reason people quit, they don't take pride in what they do. The harder you work, the harder it is to surrender. And I'm not just talking about business, I'm talking about winning simultaneously in every aspect of life. I'm not concerned with a person that does well in one aspect of their life and they can hang their hat there and say, man, I made a lot of money. You made a lot of money, you're a public success, but you're a private failure. What good is it to make a lot of money and you don't want to go home to your family? What good is it to make a lot of money and you don't take care of your kids? What good is it? You're a public success, but you're a private failure. And so how can we win simultaneously and take pride in everything that we do?
I have come to learn that if you don't take it by force, you won't take it at all. You sit in the cut and wait for good things to happen, spend years, and life passes them by because they are not aggressive enough. I'm not talking about physical fighting, but I'm talking about that aggressive nature that causes you to not allow the enemy to take over your stuff.
You are a part of something that transcends all the details of your business. You prove it every day that it works. And you prove it by overcoming the obstacles that you have to deal with. There are all sorts of people who want to break your faith. Sometimes they're in your own family. And sometimes they're just so-called good friends who think you're crazy for doing what you're doing. But you see, you have decided to take charge of your life. You have decided that you are going to change it. You're not going to wait for the government. You're not going to wait for some school or something else to happen. You are going to change your situation. I spent my life at it. Been pretty good. But it wasn't always easy. Business isn't. Life isn't. But to those who can overcome the obstacles, rise up when difficulties arise, are the ones who win the prize. Everybody starts at the bottom. And there is no advantage to starting 10 years ago as opposed to starting today. In fact, it's better today than it was then. So stick with it. Find our way through it. Just find out an answer. It works, folks. This business works for those who work it.
Roll the dice. If you're gonna try, go all the way.
Truth. The truth is, if you work hard, you can achieve your goal. Truth. It's not a question anymore. You know what I mean? A moment like this proves it. When you had the question, man, I'm doing this cardio in the morning, is it worth it? Man, I'm doing these deadlifts today and I feel tired, is it gonna be worth it? Man, you know what, I gotta go to the gym and train today after I've had an entirely difficult work day. Man, I've got these other challenges that are pulling on me, pulling on my concentration. You know what, is this extra effort worth it? Fast forward, stand here in this moment.
Forget everything else. Forget everything else. Forget that there was any sunlight left. What would you spend today thinking about? Yourself or the man that's beside you? Or the man that you know you'll give everything in your heart for? We get one opportunity in life, one chance in life to do whatever you're gonna do, to lay your foundation, to make whatever mark you're gonna make, whatever legacy you're gonna leave your legacy. And it's found through effort. Wins and losses come a dime a dozen. But effort, nobody can judge effort. Because effort is between you and you. Effort ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. So that team that think they're ready to see you, they think what they see on film, they ain't saw what film shows. Because every day is a new day. Every moment is a new moment. So now you got to go out and show them that I'm a different creature now than I was 5 minutes ago. Because I'm pissed off for greatness. Because if you ain't pissed off for greatness, that means you're okay with being mediocre. There ain't no man in here okay with being just basic. So let's do what we do tonight.
Take ownership. Take extreme ownership. Don't make excuses. Don't blame any other person or any other thing. Get control of your ego. Don't hide your delicate pride from the truth. Take ownership of everything in your world, the good and the bad. Take ownership of your mistakes, take ownership of your shortfalls, take ownership of your problems, and then take ownership of the solutions that will get those problems solved. Take ownership of your mission. Take ownership of your job, of your team, of your future, and take ownership of your life. And lead. lead. Lead yourself and your team and the people in your life. Lead them all to victory.
Huh? You think it's a game? This is real. This is real life, champ. Work hard, you get what you gotta get. You don't work hard, you get nada. You get nothing. You gotta work hard. Work hard. You work hard, you get what you gotta get. You don't work hard, you don't get nothing. You don't get nothing. Nothing. Zero. Nothing. Zero. Nothing. Keep working. Work hard, you get what you gotta get.
I'm gonna grind. I'm going to fight. I'm going to work. I'm going to press toward. I'm going to learn. I'm going to do everything in my power every single day. I'm going to do everything in my power to become a victor and not a victim.
Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ.
Pain
Let's go,
is
champ.
temporary. It may last for a minute or an hour or a day or even a year. But eventually it will subside and something else will take its place. If I quit, however, it will last forever. And so every time something get hard, you quit, you call mama. I dare you to take a little pain. I dare you. I dare you not to go home. Somebody said, I gotta go home, I feel bad. Go through it. You ain't gonna die. At the end of pain is success. You're not gonna die because you're feeling a little pain. Be committed beyond circumstance and be committed beyond compartmentalization, meaning my greatness and my excellence can't be compartmentalized to an individual, to an environment, to a circumstance, meaning it is my essence. I show up and I want to impact because this is who I am as an individual. It's my essence, meaning when the adversity and the opposition hit, like the only thing I've been trained to do was to think positive and look positive. I reverse engineered it. The only thing I need is breath in my body, and I'm gonna flat out go and get it.
I know how you feel. You went to bed last night, had all these ideas about how you're going to get up this morning. It's going to be different. Things are going to be different. Today you're going to start taking steps towards doing some of those projects that you know would get you closer to living that dream life you keep playing over and over in your head. Different from the practical life that you got to get up and meet every day. To go to the cubicle-infested world and work a job just to pay the bills. Put gas in the gas tank to take you places where you don't really want to go, to be around people you don't enjoy being around. Put groceries in a refrigerator, groceries that keep you fat and lazy, keep you away from being healthy and fit in your life. Pay the mortgage on a house that doesn't inspire you, it's just a nuisance and you hate coming home to. What the fuck are you doing? And you know what makes it even worse is that you cower. Before you got from the bedroom to the kitchen, Mr. Ugly was there. Mr. Resistance, right in your ass, telling you what you were going to do different than what you want to do and what the inner voice inside of you tells you you need to do with your life. Telling you that those things that you believe matter and have a purpose in your life really don't. That the silly, the superficial, the stupid does. Watching some mind-numbing TV. Making that list you need to go to the store next time. Making those phone calls to those people and just chit-chatting and gossiping about dumbass things. Mr. Resistance will be there every morning. Morning, noon, and night. And while you were sleeping, riding your ass, kicking your ass, unless you turn around and you start throwing punches. You know what my bottom line goal with One Warrior Nation is? Is to have everybody out there realize that there is something better for you to do with your time than even being here. Right now, I am Mr. Resistance. I'm distracting you from doing the work you need to do. Get the fuck out of here and do the work of your life.
How can a person start something and be on fire, but the moment something doesn't go the way that they want it to go, they're not the same individual? I've been on this quest to figure out how can a person be on fire and say, man, this is what I've been put on this earth to do. But the moment a couple of things don't come back the way that they thought it would come back, they're not the same individual. And the words that they once spoke, it means nothing to them. I've been on this quest to figure out how can a person get on a journey to dreams, goals, and aspirations, and the moment they hit opposition, adversity, or challenge, it doesn't mean anything to them anymore.
I've invested more than 20 years of my life in the belief and the idea of being able to come to the Olympia and to do the absolute best, despite whatever the opposition, whatever said, whatever the beliefs are, on stage, off stage, whatever the oppositionary forces have been. My resolve has been to respond as a champion and just aim to represent the better thought of what that means to me. You don't get this far. You don't get to this point and just stop. It doesn't happen like that. It's always worth it to do your best and to believe in something and to work towards the attainment of the goal. And if it is that you have to expand your vision, then you climb higher and you do that, and you don't be afraid to.
It's not possible to be training harder or more consistently or more dedicated than me, because I couldn't give a single ounce more to any aspect of this thing that I'm doing. So that makes me feel pretty powerful, pretty confident.
Truth. The truth is, if you work hard, you can achieve your goal. Truth. It's not a question anymore. You know what I mean? A moment like this proves it. When you had the question, man, I'm doing this cardio in the morning, is it worth it? Man, I'm doing these deadlifts today and I feel tired, is it gonna be worth it? Man, you know what, I gotta go to the gym and train today after I've had an entirely difficult work day. Man, I've got these other challenges that are pulling on me, pulling on my concentration. You know what, is this extra effort worth it? Fast forward, stand here in this moment. What does it feel like? It feels like yes.
My heart been pumping, my body been getting hot. I thought I was nervous. I said, damn, man, I fumbled twice before the game. I was nervous. Yeah, I look around, see some people's faces got the same as mine. I said, oh man, they can't be nervous. Ain't no way they're nervous. I ain't nervous. My heart slowed down a little bit. I ain't nervous no more. I'm like, all right, I'm good. Come back. He come back. I'm like, damn, what is this feeling? I'm like, am I scared? I look around. I'm like, oh, he got the same face I got. He can't be scared. He ain't scared. I ain't scared. What's this feeling? I look around. It's adrenaline. I'm ready. I'm ready for this. I'm ready. Once a day, somewhere around the world, where it's the game. It's the game that nobody but you think you could win. It's one game around the world, and somehow it blessed us, and it's here. It's here. Because don't nobody but the people in this locker room think you got a fucking chance to bust their ass. And I'm a dog. I know we got some dogs.
we have to start all over. You almost feel like an outsider. The coaches are sympathetic, but they still have to coach, and you're not there. It's a dark place. Probably the darkest it's ever been. You're sad and down and out, and you ask yourself, why did this have to happen? It's in this moment that you find out who you really are and what you're really about.
Most of us go through life with our brakes on, holding back, not giving all that we have, not sharing all of ourselves. Most of us go to our graves still holding on, rather than releasing it because of past experiences, past defeats, past pain. We look back, well, it didn't work out then. It probably won't work out now. And tonight we were exposed for what we are right now. It means that what I did didn't work tonight. And I've got to separate what I do from who I am.
I feel like we all have two battles, or two enemies going on. One with the man across from you. The second is with the man inside of you. I think once you control the one inside of you, the one across from you really doesn't matter. And I think that's what we're all trying to do. You aren't handed anything. You earn everything, every single day, over and over again. You have to prove it.
Get down. Keep your knees off the ground, just your hands and feet. There you go. A little bit left. There you go. Show me good effort. Keep coming. There you go. It's a good start. A little bit left. A little bit left. Good strength. That's it. 20 up. Here's the 20. You give me your best. You keep going. That's it. You got more in you than that. You gotta keep moving. Let's keep moving. Let's go. Don't quit till you got nothing left. There you go. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. That's it. You keep driving. Keep your knees off the ground. Keep driving. Your very best. Your very best. Your very best. Keep moving. That's it. That's it. That's it. Keep going. Don't quit on me. Keep going. Keep driving. Keep your knees off the ground. That's it. Your very best. Don't quit on me. Your very best. Keep driving. Keep driving. There you go. There you go. Keep driving. Keep your knees off the ground. Keep driving. Don't quit till you got nothing left. That's it. That's it. That's it. Keep going. I want everything you got. Come on. Keep going. Don't quit on it. Your very best. Keep driving. Keep driving. There you go. There you go.
It's heavy.
I know it's heavy.
I'm out of strength.
Then you negotiate with your body to find more strength, but don't you give up on me. You keep going, you hear me? You keep going, you're doing good, you keep going. You not quit on me. You keep going. I know it hurts, you keep going. You keep going. It's all hard from here. 30 more steps. Keep going. Come on. Keep going. And let it burn. It's all hard. You keep going. Come on. Come on. Keep going.
I wish there was no suffering. And it just comes with the job. Some of the greatest work comes from pain, or some great work comes from love, from loss, it's like wanting to be the best at whatever you do. Never stop until you're the best. Like, I don't believe in doing anything halfway. I believe in going all the way. So you never stop.
When you see hard times and you get knocked down, get back up. And if you keep putting everything you got into it and you keep getting back up when you get knocked down, it's almost impossible to fail. Push until it hurts. Or you want to be always pushing beyond what you're comfortable with, and you're sweating just a little bit all the time. And when that happens, when you're constantly pushing beyond what you think, what you know is possible, you're always sweating a little bit and you're always a little bit nervous, but that is the drug. And so when you're pushing like that and you're never really relaxed, then it always feels small.
The most powerful supplement that you will ever have, all of you, no matter how much money you have to pay personal trainers, the most powerful tool you will have to succeed, the most powerful tool is your fucking mind. You know, science has come a long way, yes, but there are some things science can't explain. And this whole idea that you need to have, carry a cooler around all day and have meals every 3 hours. You gotta have 7, 8, 9 hours sleep. You gotta have this kind of rest before you go to the gym. You gotta have this meal 3 hours before you go to the gym. You gotta take this supplement 15 minutes before you go to the gym. At intervals during your workout, you gotta take this, you gotta do this. You need to be cautious of all that stuff. It's all bullshit.
I didn't want to just be a movie star. I wanted to be a great movie star. That's the highest paid movie star and have the above the title Building.
Give me a guy who's got the mindset, I didn't get any sleep last night, but it's time to work out, let's go to the gym, let's kick ass. Give me a guy like that who isn't thinking about those things, but gets to the gym and becomes one. You didn't get as much protein today, you didn't get as much sleep as maybe you should have, those type of things. What does it fucking matter? What does it matter? Don't fucking step down to meet somebody else's silly ass fucking standard that is not backed up by fucking any real world experience. You will always be learning and you will always be starting over. The greatest fucking champions there have ever been still.
I always wanted to be very intense. I always wanted to be number one. You never want to fail because you didn't work hard enough.
You're thinking too much about the small, you're giving too much attention to the small things that don't really matter, and you're not giving enough attention to the big, broader, more basic things that do.
And ask yourselves, who do you want to be? I've always figured out that there's 24 hours a day. You sleep 6 hours, and you have 18 hours left. Now I know there's some of you out there now and says, well, wait a minute, I sleep 8 hours or 9 hours. Well, then just sleep faster, I would recommend. You never want to fail because you didn't work hard enough. You can't climb the ladder of success with your hands in the pocket. I was poor because I didn't have anything. I had no money, I had no things, we had no TV, we had no refrigerator, we had nothing as kids. But I was rich because I had a dream of becoming the greatest bodybuilder, and I had a dream to use bodybuilding as a means to get into films. I didn't want to just be a bodybuilding champion. I wanted to be the best bodybuilder of all times.
And one of the most important things that I've learned along the way is the value of time.
So it's understanding what your skill set is, finding the right place to use those skills, and then going for it.
What kind of a story can you tell in 1 minute?
That ability to get myself up in the morning, no matter how tired I was, to push myself through those pain barriers.
You know, hard work pays.
Continually find more ways to use our time while trying to find more ways to save it.
You know, I have the saying, work like someone's trying to take it all away from you.
You see, you can't actually save time. You can just find different ways to spend it. So when you say you don't have time to do something, you're really saying that you're using your time for other things. One cool thing about time is that it continues on at the same pace, despite how busy we get.
Don't know who you are. I don't know what you're going through. I'm not here to pretend that I understand what you're going through or how you feel in your life. I think the biggest disability that we have as human beings is unbelief. Everything starts with a vision, and a man without vision dies. Hate the idea of potential being wasted in this world. You know how it is. If you didn't go what you've gone through, you wouldn't be who you are today.
Is that as I kept trying new things, new doors kept opening. Because you don't know what your future is. You just don't. You never know what's gonna happen. You never know what your future holds for you. Go for it, try it, because another thing, I am no different than anyone else out there. I am not here to say I have a superpower and it was all this. It was just, try it, go. Let's see what happens.
Patience, let's say. Don't complain when you're waiting in a line. You ain't going to grow in patience until you're put in a place to wait. There are some times where you're going to wish that you could rewind and do things all over again. There are times where you just wish you could forget memories, and you try to drown those memories in alcohol or different pleasures, and maybe get distracted by the goals and ambitions of your life and try to put the past behind and move forward.
A closed-mindedness that amounts to an imprisonment so total that the prisoner doesn't even know he's locked up.
The most powerful tool that you have right now in your life, in your body, is your mind. Give me a new perspective. Give me a new way of looking at my situation. Give me a new way of looking at my circumstances. Get my mind ready for this year.
You can't please everybody. But there are people who have the fear of rocking the boat.
Oh yes, it's going to be some struggles. It's going to be some challenges. It's going to be some tests. But even the struggles are an opportunity for me to show off the victory if my mind can handle the change.
The life is too short for that. Too short and unpredictable, moseying through. Not trying to disturb anything, not trying to shake anything up, not trying to make any waves.
I'm as young as I'm ever going to be. I can't get any younger. I can't roll the clock back. You are wasting time. You have to let the past go and step over into the future.
When you set goals, when you have an intention on something that you want to change about your life, your brain helps you. What it does is it opens up a checklist, and then your brain goes to work trying to remind you. It was cold, it was winter in Boston, and for the first time in 3 months, I had beaten my habit of hitting the snooze button. And it's really important to develop the skill.
Before you are boxed and buried, decide that you're going to box and bury your fears. Decide that you're going to begin to live life on a new level, seeking out new horizons, that you're going to find more love and more joy and more ways to give.
I wanted to change my life. And I think most people that are miserable or that are really like dying to be great and dying to have more, we want to change. We want to live a better life. We want to create more for our families. We want to be happy. The desire is there. Again, it's about how do you go from knowledge to action. So the first thing in this story that's important is realizing that the answer was in me. And my mind was telling me, pay attention.
So when you begin to say, what is it that I want to leave? What contribution that I want to begin to make? What difference do I want to make in life? What is it that I want to do with the rest of the life that I have left? What chances I need to take? What risks do I need to begin to embrace? What fears do I need to step on? What areas of my life am I dead right now? What dreams? You can either live your dreams or live your fears. You have got to get to a point where you say, I'm sick and tired of living like this. There's got to be more. That's when people go out and strike out on their dreams. How are you going to make it? I don't know, but I will. I'm going to keep on kicking. I'm going to conquer my fears. I'm never going to give up.
People want to know how to stop the laziness, and they want to know how to stop the procrastination. And, they have some idea in their head you know, some kind of a vision of what they want to do. But they don't know where to start. They don't know where to start it, you know? They don't know where to start. And so they say, hey, where do I start? And when's the best time to start? And I have a very simple answer for that. Here and now. That's it. You want to improve? You want to get better? You want to get on a workout program or a clean diet? You want to start a business? You want to write a book or make a movie or build a house or a computer or put together some mobile application? Where do you start? You start right here. And when do you start? You start right now.
I had beaten my habit of hitting the snooze button. I couldn't believe it, and I thought, wait a minute. Counting backwards? That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Well, the next morning I used it again and it worked. The next morning I used it again and it worked. The next morning I used it again and it worked. And then I started to notice something really interesting. There were moments all day long, just like that 5-second moment in bed, where I knew, knowledge, what I should do. And if I didn't move within 5 seconds, my brain would step in and talk me out of it. Every human being has a 5-second window, might even be shorter for you. You have about a 5-second window in which you can move from idea to action before your brain kicks into full gear and sabotages any change in behavior. Because remember, your brain is wired to stop you from doing things that are uncomfortable or uncertain or scary. It's your job to learn how to move from those ideas that could change everything into acting on them.
If you don't know, now you know. It's true. Your friends, family, and loved ones will be the first ones to try and talk you out of greatness. When you're ready to do something and try something new that's out of your comfort zone, that's out of your norm, it's always the one you're dating, the one you're married to, the one that's in your family, your friends in your immediate circle, that will always try and talk you out of doing something special and significant. Without having fear and rejection, without having fear of the word no. Do you know how many people have had visions, ideas, and huge career moves that they were about to make, and they allowed the word no to stop them from changing the landscape of their life and their family lives? So many people are afraid of rejection and the word no. It is the saddest shit I've ever witnessed in my life. Boldly walk into the room with your head held up high. And if they don't get it, laugh about it. Don't disown your ideas because they're disowning your ideas. Don't lose confidence in your ideas because they don't have confidence in your ideas. Keep the faith. Don't be afraid to walk into the unfamiliar. Don't be afraid to do what's deep inside of you to do.
I can do 18, 22 hours a day easily. Just keep banging on. To thrive in whatever you do, please understand your terrain. Know what your target is. Don't guess it. Be as clued up as the next man, because that's your petrol. That's your fuel to get you moving. If you don't know where you're going, what your targets are, you're never going to get there. Period. I'm not afraid to fail. I'm not afraid to fall over, make a mistake. That oftentimes cripples people on the onset of getting into anything. I'm not afraid of that feeling. It actually propels me and works quite the opposite. Work hard, sleep less.
Just imagine myself collecting awards. Just imagine myself, you know what I mean, getting big parts. Imagine myself working with the greatest actors. My imagination is the one like, yeah man, I see myself driving that car one day. And I get that, you know what I mean? That's part of my inner magic, is that actually if I can see myself doing it, I could probably do it.
Just keep banging on. Keep your head down. Like when I swim, I've got 25 laps. Guaranteed if I look up and start counting those laps, I'm petered out by 15. If I put my head down and keep working away and work at technique, work at internal rhythm, work at, I hit that length, I don't even know what length I'm on. Guarantee you I'll look up and it'll be 20 and 2 more, 3 more to go. And that's a very simple device, but I think people find themselves incrementally checking how far they've got. And that, you know, when you compare it to anybody else or whatever, it's just it's a recipe for disaster. Just keep banging on. Achievement is inspirational to me, you know, people doing it. Someone that on Monday didn't know how to do this and by Friday can do it. That is an inspiration to me.
I've always worked hard, you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not afraid of failing either. You know what I'm saying? Like I've thought that so many times that this is it. I'm never going to work again, and it just kept going. I've just never stopped working, you know what I'm saying? I mean, even when, you know, I had 4 years of not actually booking jobs, I was out on the streets trying to get a job.
Work hard, sleep less.
People talk about aiming for the skies. Sometimes even aiming for the skies is intimidating. Just don't give yourself boundaries. I mean, lose the boundaries, lose the conformity, and just go for it.
I used to hustle these streets, thinking about, you know, one day I'm going to be on in New York, and New York was that, you know, sort of big pinnacle mountain, and here I am.
And if you can't enjoy the journey, which means the step you're taking at this moment, is really the most important thing. Yes, of course, you know you're going that way, but this step is still to be enjoyed, because that's ultimately your whole life consists of the step you're taking at this moment. There is never anything else.
Be that fulfillment. Notice when I started noticing that fulfillment of it, I just finished. Well, that's enough. That's it. I don't know if it's even coming out.
Enjoy the journey, not the destination. A lot of us delay our happiness. When I get to this level, when I get my degree, when I get the kids, when I get married, I'm going to be happy. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the whole step, the whole process. Every day that you get up to strive for whatever it is you're after. You know, I'm a goal-oriented guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you don't celebrate when you get to the finish line. Celebrate all along the way. Celebrate all along the way.
I'm not gonna let this get me down. I'm not gonna let this destroy me. I'm coming back, and I'll be stronger and better because of it. You have got to make a declaration.
But I've been working out consistently since I was 14 years old.
Right.
And I'm 44. I've been 30 years of hardcore 2-hour workout. 30 years.
Yeah.
So it doesn't happen overnight. Nope. You just have to enjoy the process. Learn to enjoy it, because I'm sure there was a point where you started to enjoy losing 113 pounds.
Yep.
And that's the only way you're gonna keep going.
For me, inspiration is a journey. It is not a destination, okay? It is a motivated, internally motivated process. It's not this glamorous thing. It is mundane. find inspiration on blank pages. I found inspiration, you know, in my habits, okay? Moments of quiet, the intimacy on a heavy bag, alone, sweating. You know, if it's me and a kettlebell or me taking a walk and just breathing in, okay? Literally breathing in. Something that just because you arrive at the gates of success, that somehow as a new experience, it's different than when you were not successful. It is exactly the same.
People say you have to have a lot of passion for what you're doing, and it's totally true. And the reason is because it's so hard that if you don't, any rational person would give up. It's really hard, and you have to do it over a sustained period of time. So if you don't love it, if you're not having fun doing it, and you don't really love it, you're going to give up. And that's what happens to most people, actually. If you really look at the ones that ended up, you know, being successful, unquote, in the eyes of society, and the ones that didn't, oftentimes it's the ones that are successful loved what they did so they could persevere when it got really tough. And the ones that didn't love it quit because they're sane, right? Who would want to put up with this stuff if you don't love it? So it's a lot of hard work, and it's a lot of worrying constantly. And if you don't love it, you're going to fail. So you got to love it. You got to have passion. And I think that's the high order bit. The second thing is you've got to be a really good talent scout, because no matter how smart you are, you need a team of great people, and you've got to figure out how to size people up fairly quickly, make decisions without knowing people too well, and hire them, and see how you do, and refine your intuition, and be able to help build an organization that can eventually just build itself, because you need great people around you.
You want to get better? You want to self-improve? Stop looking for a shortcut and go find your alarm clock and find your discipline. And find your guts and your passion and your drive, and find your will. And then you will find your freedom. If you're afraid of heights, work on some rock climbing. If you're afraid of the water, it's time to swim. It's time to surf. It's time to get out there. If you're afraid of pull-ups, if you're afraid of pull-ups, do pull-ups. If you're in squats, do squats. If you're afraid of public speaking, go speak in public. If you're afraid to start a business, start a business. And eventually you will overcome that fear. But the hard part is, you got to take that first step. Yeah. You got to take that first step. Got to take that first step against the fear of the thing.
If you died today, what dreams? What ideas? What books? What leadership? What voice? What story will die with you? Of the dreams, the ideas, the abilities, the talents given to you by life, but you, for whatever reason, you never pursued those dreams. You never used those talents. You never used those gifts. You never used those abilities. And there they are standing around your bed looking at you with large angry eyes saying, "We came to you. And only you could have given us life. And now we must die with you forever." And the question is, if you died today, what dreams? What ideas?
what books, what leadership, what voice, what story will die with you?
Anything you want, good, you can have. So claim it. Work hard to get it. When you get it, reach back. Pull someone else up. Aspire to make a difference.
I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said, "There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living." To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. Les Brown's a motivational speaker. He made an analogy about this. He says, imagine you're on your deathbed, and standing around your deathbed are the ghosts representing your unfulfilled potential. The ghost of the ideas you never acted on. The ghost of the talents you didn't use. And they're standing around your bed, angry, disappointed, and upset. They say, we came to you because you could have brought us to life, they say. And now we have to go to the grave together. So I ask you today, how many ghosts are going to be around your bed when your time comes?
Can't live my life based upon what other people think about me. So I can't concern myself too much with what other people think. You know, it's just not healthy. I don't think I could continue to do what I do if I was constantly worrying about what somebody thought about it.
If you're going to be good at something, it does take a while. Just enjoy the getting there. You're going to get fed up, you're going to get disheartened, and people are going to tell you you're useless. Had all that. But what I can say, after about 15 or 20 years, I learned how to do something well, and I enjoyed that getting there as much as being there.
Now, I'm sure in your experiences in school and applying to college and picking your major and deciding what you want to do with life, I'm sure people have told you to make sure you have something to fall back on. Make sure you got something to fall back on, honey. But I never understood that concept, having something to fall back on. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything except my faith. I want to fall forward. I figure at least this way I'll see what I'm going to hit. Fall forward. This is what I mean. Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times in his career, the most in the history of baseball. But you don't hear about the strikeouts. People remember the home runs.
As the pitching skills get better and better, that hitter needs to be able to adapt and adjust.
The best thing that ever happened to me, the best thing that ever happened to me is I hit rock bottom. By far the best thing that ever happened to me is hitting rock bottom. I think for men, I have two boys and I'm gonna be in pain when I witness these guys go through this. But I think the best thing that can happen to a man is a heartbreak, a very strong heartbreak, and a very big failure early on in business. And it happened to me early on in life, both heartbreak and business. It happened early on because I thought I knew it all. And it was a slap in the face to say, if Socrates says, the only thing I know is that I know nothing, if the greatest minds on their deathbed are saying things like that, what makes you and I think we know everything?
If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything except my faith. I want to fall forward.
He said, but imagine, if you will, being on your deathbed and standing around your bed, the ghost of the ideas, the dreams, the abilities, the talents given to you by life, and that you, for whatever reason, you never acted on those ideas. You never pursued that dream. You never used those talents. We never saw your leadership. You never used your voice. You never wrote that book. And there they are standing around your bed looking at you with large angry eyes saying, we came to you and only you could have given us life. And now we must die with you forever.
So it's not how much you have, it's what you do with what you have. And we all have different gifts. Some money, some love, some patience, some the ability to touch people. But we all have it. Use it. Share it. That's what counts.
And the question is, if you died today, what ideas? What dreams? What abilities? What talents? What gifts will die with you?
Ask the question when you're thinking big, why not you? And answer it. I'm not just doing this motivational video. Why not you? Why shouldn't you win? No, forget motivation. Let's get logical. Why not you? Actually answer that. Why can't you be somebody that can do something in your business that's never been done before? Why not you? Answer it. So give the argument. Logically, here's why not me. Because I don't work hard enough. You can fix that. Stop being lazy. Well, whatever, but because I'm not that good in sales. You can learn sales. So, okay, because I don't know much about the product. You can learn the product, but why not you? Because no one in my family's been rich. So what? No one wasn't rich in Zuckerberg's family before he became who he is today, and nobody was in Jobs. Jobs' mom even gave him up for adoption.
So many things go wrong when you're starting a company, and often I think people ask, what mistakes should you avoid making? And my answer to that question is don't even bother trying to avoid mistakes, because you're going to make tons of mistakes, right? And the important thing is actually learning quickly from whatever mistakes you make and not giving up.
Sometimes life's going to hit you in the head with a brick. Don't lose faith. I'm convinced that the only thing that kept me going was that I loved what I did. You've got to find what you love.
I mean, there are things every single year of Facebook's existence that could have killed us or made it so that it just seemed like moving forward and making a lot of progress just seemed intractable. But you just kind of bounce back and you learn. And nothing is impossible. You just have to kind of keep running through the walls.
So why not you? Make the argument. Why not you? Truly get into it. Then give the other argument. Why not you actually doing this? Why shouldn't you be the person? And say, I'm a very smart person. I love people. I actually like to make money, to make a difference in the world. And you know what? I care for people. And I have some things I want to do. If I get money in my pocket, it'll be good. I'll do good with it. And I got a big heart, and I am talented, and I know the right people. Boom!
That's why not you.
Four years after starting, SpaceX rolled out its first rocket, an unmanned booster called the Falcon 1.
Falcon has cleared the tower.
But the first 3 test flights failed to reach orbit.
When you had that third failure in a row, did you think, I need to pack this in?
Never.
Why not?
I don't ever give up. I mean, I'd have to be dead or completely incapacitated.
Who convinced you can't do it? Who convinced you can't be part of a group of people? I watch so many guys on YouTube that, you know, are even some of these guys are considered experts by big magazines and they've written New York Times bestsellers, and they say some shit like, oh, you know, entrepreneurs are born. Give me a damn break. Entrepreneurship can be taught. Entrepreneurship is an inspiration that comes from here for some people that want to solve a bigger problem. What do you mean entrepreneurship is something you're born with? I completely disagree with that statement. Fully disagree with that statement.
If you want to do anything worthwhile in life, you've got to be hungry. And so I started working to develop myself. He said, I want you to practice every day being a disc jockey. I said, but I don't have any job now. He said, it doesn't matter. He said that it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. So every day I was working to develop myself. And that's what you must do.
Entrepreneurship, it is a formula. If you hang around other people that think like this and you watch this video and you watch all of Valuetainment or some of the people that are feeding the right type of content to you and the right books you read, your imagination won't stop working. Because the entrepreneur is numbers, solving problems. How can I do it better, faster? Why can't you learn those skill sets? Why can't you? You can. So why not you? And don't let anybody convince you that people who solve some big problems and, you know, are big thinkers, they have to be born being big thinkers. I'm here to tell you, you can figure out the formula to thinking bigger.
Greatness is not this wonderful, esoteric, elusive, God-like feature that only the special among us will ever taste. You know, it's something that truly exists in all of us. It's very simple. This is what I believe, and I'm willing to die for it.
I feel so strongly that the reason I'm here is I dreamed big dreams. I dreamed the kind of dreams that other people said would not be possible. I'm also living proof. This isn't a Hollywood movie. I come literally from the other side of the tracks. If you saw where I grew up, and we took a picture of it, the neighborhood, the setting, you'd say it's impossible that someone could come from there and get here. You can do anything. But there will be people along the way who will say to you, you know, you're dreaming too big. It's not possible. Those things just can't happen. Don't allow anyone, friend, family, acquaintance, teachers, whoever it is, don't allow anyone to tell you that what you are dreaming for yourself and your family is not possible. It is possible. Don't be one of those people 20 years from now are going to be walking around in a 9-to-5 job, miserable and angry and bitter because you let your dreams get away from you because you did not believe stronger enough in yourself and what was possible. Don't allow that to happen. This is an unbelievable time. And I can't encourage you enough to continue to think that things are possible and that your dreams can come true.
At least I feel like I failed when I didn't put everything I had into a problem. So really, it goes back to the analogy I made at the beginning, is if you don't put it all out there, if you don't put everything you got into solving the problem, then that's failure.
So you have to learn from the mistakes that you make, and you've got to create an environment where people are not afraid to take a risk, and not afraid to do things that are beyond what the expectations are.
Fear is the disease. Hustle is the antidote. You can't count on sales. You can't count on anything but just crazy hustle and just grit your teeth, claw your way to success. There was just no easy way to do it. In order to be this disruptive to what's going on, you have to be willing to fight. And you have to not be, you can't be shy.
Never stop until you're the best. Like, I don't believe in doing anything halfway. I believe in going all the way. You never stop.
I keep my eyes on the prize.
You want to be always pushing beyond what you're comfortable with.
Don't wait to be asked, because nobody's going to ask you. And don't wait for the perfect conditions, because they'll never be perfect.
Did nobody get in there and put the gloves on for me? Did nobody go out there on that road and run miles and miles for me? Nobody took the broken ribs, nobody took the bloody nose. I did it all. I dedicated myself to my craft, and I bust my ass.
It's never personal for me. It's always business.
And you just have to take the plunge.
I never overlook no opponent. I train for every fighter the same way. I push myself. I believe in my skills and I believe in my talent.
There's always a way if you're committed. Just got to keep changing your approach.
You got fighters that may be faster than me. You got fighters that may hit harder than me. But you don't have no fighter that can make adjustments like me. You don't have fighters that can be on my level mentally. It's never personal for me.
It's always business. You get to where you're trying to get to by staying focused, staying on a parallel path. My thing is this, I keep my eyes on the prize. I never focus on things outside the ring. My focus is the guy that's in front of me. I always had a dream, and my dream was to be the best. No matter what happens. When it comes down to boxing, I'm the best at this.
Right now, do you believe you're the best in the world?
Oh, I feel I'm the best ever.
Great moments are born from great opportunity. And that's what you have here. That's what you've earned here tonight. One game. If we played them 10 times, they might win 9. But not this game. Not tonight. Tonight, we stay with them. And we shut them down because we can.
The separation of talent and skill is one of the greatest misunderstood concepts for people who are trying to excel, who have dreams, that want to do things. Talent you have naturally. Skill is only developed by hours and hours and hours of beating on your craft.
People that are hungry are unstoppable, Mr. Brown. People that are hungry, no excuse is acceptable. Go out and face the music, young man. And don't forget, stay hungry. Are you willing to keep working on it? Are you willing to realize that you have not done your best stuff yet, that you can better your best?
Just everything you got today, not because of the school board.
The only thing that I see that is distinctly different about me is I'm not afraid to die on a treadmill. You might have more talent than me, you might be smarter than me. There's two things. You're getting off first, or I'm gonna die. It's really that simple.
It's about winning one-on-one battles. Fight you fight!
I don't think complaining and whining really solves the problem. This is Jackie Robinson, first black major leaguer, had it in his contract not to complain if people spit on him. Now, I don't care if you're Jackie Robinson or if you're a guy like me who's only got a couple of months to live. You can choose to take your finite time and energy and effort, and you can spend it complaining, or you can spend it playing the game hard, which is probably going to be more helpful to you in the long run. The talk isn't just about how to achieve your childhood dreams. It's much broader than that. It's about how to live your life. Because if you lead your life the right way, the karma will take care of itself. That we all have people that we don't like, that have done things we don't like, and what I have found is no one is pure evil. If you wait long enough, they will show you their good side. You can't make them do it in a hurry, but you can be patient.
He said, when life can no longer threaten you with death, I said, what else is there? What else is there? And the majority of the fears that we have are not life or death fears. They're not those kind of fears. If you want to begin to move, you've got to clear your mind of all the unnecessary luggage and baggage that's weighing us down. I couldn't move, I couldn't think about what am I going to do to get out of this situation because I was so concerned about what happened and what he did to me and how bad it was. I was so stuck in that I couldn't even focus on what I should have done. So what's the worst thing that they can do to you? Kill you. And he just decided, hey, this is what I came here to do. I know that there's some risk involved, and I'm going to do it, come what may. He said, I'm not going to be afraid anymore. Feeling sorry for myself and angry, none of that was taking me anywhere. So pretty soon, I learned through effort, made a conscious, deliberate, determined effort. I had to let it go. I had to forgive it. Let it go and begin to focus on developing myself. And I say to you, you're going to have people to do things to you. Things are going to happen to you. And the most important thing to do is to harness your will and let it go. And move so you can grow. So you can get on with your life. It doesn't matter about what happens to you. What matters is, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do now, Les?
This is the instinct that says, you've had enough. This is the instinct that says, you've given it your best shot. You can stand down. You can back off. You can take a knee. This is the instinct that says, you can rest now. Do not listen to that instinct. Do not listen. That instinct is a liar and wants to bring you down. That's the instinct that's a defense mechanism. It wants to give you an out, a place to run to.
A lot of people never get to where they want to be because they'll never stop complaining about where they're at. I'm going to say it again. A lot of people will never get to where they want to be because they will never stop complaining about where they're at. The word complain means to remain or to stay overnight. So if you want to stay right where you're at, just keep complaining about it, and I can pretty much guarantee you that you'll still be there.
And they'll tell you, you did the best you could. No, they'll say the deck was stacked against you. And they'll say it's not your fault. And they'll tell you it's okay to stop. It's okay to settle. It's okay to give up. And that is the instinct you need to fight. You need to push back, to smash into the ground. Do not take the easy way out. Do not give up based on instinct. If you are forced to stand down, to retreat, so that you can rebuild and reattack, so be it. But make that decision based on logic, not on the instinct of surrender and defeat. Get up. Go. Fight on.
You know, in life, you go big or you go home. Try to climb, and I didn't get to the summit today, but that doesn't mean I'm going to give up. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop. Listen, life's about, you know, falling down and getting up. It doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down, it's about getting back up.
And it doesn't matter how you get knocked down in life, because that's going to happen. All that matters is that you got to get up.
So if there's any kid out there that's told by a parent or a coach or a teacher or somebody that they look up to, somebody that's supposed to push them and believe in them, and they're told no, don't listen to them. Believe in yourself. Sometimes the outcome isn't always what you desire it to be. But the true failure in life is not trying at all.
Then nobody wants to rock the boat. Nobody wants to change.
And at that moment, a voice came over me. And it said, look up. Get up. And don't ever give up.
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life.
But I listened to what Jim Galvano said 21 years ago. The most poignant 7 words ever uttered in any speech anywhere. Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
It should be impossible for me to get back up, but it's not.
One's dream is constantly evolving, rising and falling, changing course.
So you got to have some reasons that when life knocks you down, and it's going to. Hello, it's going to knock you down. When you want to throw in the towel and give up yourself, and that's going to happen, what reason can you remember that you can call on, that you can reach on, that can make you get back up? Find that reason. I'm doing this because I want to make my mama proud of me. I'm doing this because I want my children to have a better life than what I have. I'm doing this because all my life I've been told I'd be a loser, that I wouldn't make it.
There are few things more liberating in this life than having your worst fear realized.
But I just want you to know that it's not the end. It matters how you're going to finish.
I started with nothing, and I was dealt a bit of a dysfunctional card, because I shouldn't have made it this far. Holding on to your dream and staying focused is really important. And also striving for perfection is healthy. And so if I could come from a council estate in the middle of Stratford-on-Avon and live in 17 houses before I was 16 and win 3 Michelin stars, then yeah, I'm the real deal.
Best revenge in life is massive success.
But the point is this: it is our failure to become our perceived ideal that ultimately defines us and makes us unique. It's not easy, but if you accept your misfortune and handle it right, your perceived failure can become a catalyst for profound reinvention.
So find out the reasons that you do what you do. Find out the reasons that will make you strong, that will make you walk by faith and not by sight, that will make you pursue your dream when everybody is against you or don't believe in you no more. If you know the why for living, you can endure almost anyhow. When life catches you on the blind side, when the messenger of misery visits you, what are you going to do? What will keep you in the game when life knocks you to the canvas? That when life knocks you down, try and land on your back. Because if you can look up, you can get up.
But I tell you, there are some times in life where you fall down and you feel like you don't have the strength to get back up. Pretend that everything's okay when it's not. Maybe you have doubt in your life. Maybe you don't know for sure what's going to be happening in the future and it scares you. You see, I will try 100 times to get up, and if I fail 100 times, if I fail and I give up, do you think that I'm ever going to get up? No. And it's not the end until you've given up. And just the fact that you're here should persuade you that you have another chance to get back up.
Let's see if what Douglas has when he comes out for this round.
See, the Buster Douglas that got knocked down while fighting Mike Tyson had gotten out of an alcohol recovery center. His mother had died. His wife was ill with a terminal illness. He was considered a nothing, a bum. So when he got knocked down, Buster Douglas had a reason to get back up because he said, I'm dedicating this fight to the memory of my mama.
But if I fail, I try again and again and again. For as long as I try, there's always that chance of getting up.
But today I tell you that whether you fear it or not, disappointment will come. The beauty is that through disappointment you can gain clarity, and with clarity comes conviction and true originality.
But how that journey ends is up to you today. You see, when you fall down, you feel like giving up. When times get tough, it's not the end.
What are the reasons that you can think of that can keep you strong, that can keep you in the game, that will be your rod and staff to comfort you, that can be your bridge?
And the bell ends to save Buster Douglas at the end of round 8.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody.
Why did it happen, James?
Because I wanted it.
Why? Why did you win this fight that nobody on the planet gave you?
Help his mother.
In what way?
What are the reasons that you can think of?
Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
True failure in life is not trying at all.
To look up, get up, and don't ever give up.